Coming up in this episode, former Wallaby to switch codes. Veteran makes that claim. And reports on the 2 Friday night Super League games. Little bit of controversy. Hello once again, ladies and gentlemen, Anthony here from Hell Dominance. Please remember to like and subscribe, and also click that notification bell if you're enjoying what you're seeing and if you want to continue seeing more. So I'm back again, and it's Saturday, so we're going to do a report, news and report for what went on over the last couple of days for Rugby League, making sure that I'm not late like I was yesterday. Apologies, time got away from me, and that's what I needed to do. I needed to put out that video yesterday a bit later. But anyway, we've got some great Rugby League information to share out. For instance, reports from London Broncos versus Catalans Dragons, and also Warrington Wolves versus Hull FC. First of all, we're going to have a quick look at what happened with the Broncos and the Dragons. So we're going to the Cherry Red Records Stadium in Wimbledon, the home of Wimbledon Football Club, for the first Super League game for London Broncos, and we believe that it's going to be the highest attendance for 12 years for the Broncos hosting a Rugby League game. They face the Catalans Dragons, which are basically their closest rivals. No kidding, they've got the entire width of France compared to the north of England as a distance. Anyway, both sides are coming in sort of different veins. As we know, Catalans Dragons reached the grand final last year, succumbing to Wigan in the end, but fought all the way to get to that grand final, where London Broncos, fresh off a wake up, this is what you need defeat to St Helens in the last home game, they were a club on the rise, near the bottom of the Championship 18 months ago, and now in Super League after dominant victories in the playoffs. A team with a lot of heart and good at overcoming the odds. Can they do it against Catalans? I don't know. To see. But get on to the team news. So the home team have Ollie Leyland back at fullback with Lee Kershaw, Robbie Story, last week's try scorer Hakim Maludi, and Ilias Makani in an unchanged backline. Jack Campagnolo will continue at standoff with James Meadows, while Rob Butler, Sam Davis and Reece Kennedy continue as the starting front set. Will Lovell and Sadiq Adibi again in the side, in basically what is an unchanged side for the London Broncos. Marcus Stuck, Jordan Williams, Jared Bassett, Jacob Jones are the interchanges, while Matt Davis is the 18th man. For the Dragons, we see Arthur Morgs, Tom Johnson, Arthur Romano, Matty Cavallo, Ruid Yaha coming in for Tom Davis. Jordan Abdul and Theo Farge continue in the halves, with Roman Navarrete, Alex Da Costa getting promoted to the starting lineup after being the 18th man last week out, as Michael McAlorum misses out at acting halfback due to his ban. Julian Busquets, Tariq Sims, Bailey Sirenen and Ben Garcia complete the forward banking. Mike McMeekin drops down to the bench from loose forward after being replaced by Ben Garcia. Jaden Nikarima is back on the bench with Chris Sarte and Jordan Desaria completing the replacements lineup. Matthew Laguerre is the 18th man. So the first half opened at the Cherry Red Records Stadium, which got fuller as the game went on. Our side and the left and the right banks were getting more and more people as the game went on. Probably no seats in the main central section of the opposite stand, but anyway, I digress. The game opened up with early points, and in the second minute, the Catalans reached the end of their first set and put a kick out towards Lee Kershaw, who fluffed the take and gave the ball back to the Catalans. The ball was worked right throughout the resulting set, and ended up with Hakim Maludi shooting out the line, trying to either intercept or anticipate a pass out wide to slow down the play. but it created a great gap for Theo Fage to run through to score a try. Morgs misses the kick from out wide though, and it's 4-0 to Catalans. On the 7th minute, the video referee was called into action after the referee gave a try on the field call. The ball was kicked to Kershaw, but he let Tom Johnson take it in the air. He landed with Artur Romano going round the outside, and the pass by Johnson was palmed forward and knocked on by Johnson himself in the tackle for Romano to put down the ball. Despite the referee giving the try, the video referee was right in denying the attempt at a second score. It was only a matter of time though for a second try, as Tariq Sims got his first in Catalans colours as he got the ball near the London line in the first receiver position, and he hit the first defender in the tackle span and scored on the left side of the pitch. Maud added the extras for a 10-0 lead to Catalans Dragons. After plenty of possession and fight, London started to win the arm wrestle, though it came to nothing early on due to a penalty for offside at the kick-through on the Catalans line. On the 22nd minute, this was all happening, and it was compounded by a 6 again from the London Broncos inside their own 20 for Fage to score again in the same vein as his first try. Morgs converted from the same spot this time around for a 16 points to 0 lead to the French outfit. After the scrum, after this there was a scrum play in the London's 20 for Catalans, but the Broncos were caught on offside once more, so the Catalans reset the scrum and moved the ball right instead for Fage to be tackled trying to get his hat-trick. The resultant play, the ball seen Alex De Costa try to burrow through from the resultant play of the ball. The referee was unsure, but ordered the try on field for the video referee to sort out. But the video ref rules it out also, as the ball never hits the ground. They survived the resultant set, and it seems a little bit better for the Broncos in defence. Catalans though were on the attack again, and when they reached the last tackle on the left of the attack, Jordan Abdul from 40 metres out took over the ball, gave a kick over the top down the line, which meant Kershaw had to retrieve it. He was facing his own line, and he was tackled and put out into touch. He was only about 10 metres away from his own try line, and the pressure was ramping up as we got towards half-time from the Catalans. So much so that they were able to reach over the try line 3 times, tackled, brought back, tackled again, brought back to see out the set. Catalans didn't score, and London's defence was on top at that point. London came back as the half was coming to a close, and they reached the 20 metres of Catalans' try line for the kick on the last, which was made by Meadows, and when he did so, he was collected by a no-wrap tackle by Romano. There was nothing given in response to that attempt of a tackle by anyone in the referee's team. The scores were done there because half-time had been called, and it was 16-0 to Catalans Dragons as they all went into the sheds. So it wasn't until the second half's 47th minute when we saw the first points of the game. It was from Catalans, and as a kick to the right side of the pitch was deemed to have not been knocked on by Catalans and knocked back, the bouncing ball was instead deemed to have been knocked on by a London player. The resultant scrum was worked to the left and then back right again, with Jordan Abdul being the key in a few of the plays, and in the last one before the try, Abdul found Tariq Sims with a short pass for a second for the back row forwards second try of the game on the right hand side of the pitch. Morgs had the extras, and it was 22-0. Catalans were offered a video ref decision once more on the 55th minute, as Ben Garcia had drove over the line in response to a Desiree's drive. But Ian Parata came from nowhere to tackle, and he was held up by the video ref to overturn the decision for a no try. The resultant next drive saw the set restart, and this was testing the London's defence once more, and another set restart sees a charging Jaden Nikorima go through the centre of the posts to be given another video ref decision, and also a call on field of a try. This decision this time was given in Nikorima's favour to be given the try. Morgs had the extras, and it was 28 points to nil with 23 minutes to go. The attendance came out and it was 5,102 in the Cherry Red Records Stadium, the biggest attendance since 2013 for the London Broncos side since the Super League era started. It wasn't until the 70th minute and the next points came in as another try by Catalans was given. The ball was feinted to the left, and then while the Catalans were inside the London 20, and it was Alex da Costa who fed the ball to the right to give Julian Busquets the almost easiest way to score underneath the post. The London defender who was trying to tackle Busquets was totally outmatched by the big French forward. Morgs adds another conversion, and that was the 34 points to nil scoreline. The game then reached a lull, but it was Catalans who was awarded a scrum in the London 20 again, and with 4 minutes to go, almost had an interception before an attempt to score on the left-hand side, but Kershaw's attempt was knocked down to the floor. On the next set though, London did enough to see the set out. But the game finally fizzled out, and there was no further scores. Record Stadium, London 0, Catalans Dragons 34. So a bit of transfer news coming from down under, where we've seen players be rumoured or leaving rugby league to go to rugby union, like in the case of Joey Manu, keeping that door open, and Joseph Suaalii leaving for Australian Rugby Union at the beginning of this season, announced last year. But there is significant noise coming out of Canterbury, as former Wallaby Kurtley Beale has sparked significant interest from several NRL clubs, according to reports. Having amassed over 90 caps for the Wallabies since 2009 and participated in more than 100 Super Rugby matches, Beale's open consideration of a switch to Rugby League has caught the attention of multiple NRL teams. This development has come after Beale's acquittal on all charges related to rape and sexual touching without consent, which had seen him sidelined from all forms of rugby since January. News Corp revealed that Canterbury Bulldogs are among the NRL clubs engaging in discussions about potentially recruiting Beale, and the club has not dismissed the idea of adding a former Wasps and Racing 92 star to their roster, signalling a growing interest in the utility-backed services. Beale's openness to a new challenge in rugby league was highlighted in a recent interview with Nine News in Australia, where he expressed a lifelong admiration for league and the possibility of transitioning to the 13-man code. Not to put a fine point on it, what rule came in about people from other sports joining Super League or NRL clubs? Oh yeah, their wages don't count towards a salary cap. Anyway, Beale's affinity for rugby league has been constant throughout his rugby union career, and he claims he often drew inspiration from league players to enhance his own game. It's a possibility, Beale told Nine News last week. I've always been a big admirer of league, growing up in Mount Druitt, Sydney West, but also there's been an admiration throughout my career. I've always watched league over the weekends and taken bits from different players to add to my game. There is interest there from both codes. With NRL clubs now deliberating on the opportunity to bring Beale's experience and versatility to their team, the prospect of a cold switch represents a fascinating potential shift in Beale's illustrious career. As negotiations and discussions continue behind the scenes, the rugby union and rugby league communities eagerly await the outcome of this unprecedented, not really, situation, according to Rugby Pass Northern Edition. Now we come on to Friday's second game as we see Warrington Wolves host Hull FC. Both sides came off defeats, but Warrington Wolves are in a little bit better shape because Hull were beaten in their local derby against Hull KR, and we see that they are missing out a lot of first team players, mostly to bans. But anyway, let's see what's the picture is like when it comes to the squads. Now on to the team news before Warrington Wolves versus Hull FC, as Hull have to come back from that trouncing against Hull KR. So they have named Jack Walker, Harvey Barron, Darnell McIntosh, Liam Sutcliffe and Lewis Martin as their backline. Tex Hoy and Morgan Smith for scrum halves, on Jack Ashworth, Manu Brown and Jack Brown are the front row. Jaden Ockenberg, Nick Staveley and Jordan Lane complete the much changed Hull FC side. Will Gardner, Charlie Severs, Denny Balfour and David Litton all the interchanges, while Matty Laidlaw is the 18th man. Surprised that many changes have come through from Tony Smith, but hey ho, what needs to happen. On the other side, we see Warrington Wolves have named more or less the same side that came through last week's match, with Matt Duffy, Josh Thulis, Toby King, Connor Wrench and Matty Ashton completing the back line. Leon Hayes comes in at standoff with Josh Drinkwater, as the side are missing out on George Williams. Paul Vaughan, Danny Walker and James Harrison are the front row, while Adam Holroyd, Lachlan Fitzgibbon and Ben Curry completes the lineup for Warrington Wolves. Sam Powell sees himself on the bench, with Zane Musgrove, Joel Philbin and Max Wood completing the interchange. Steph Ratchford, missing out with Connor Wrench, is now the 18th man. So we open up the first half and an early chance for the wire, but James Harrison is held up above the line. Warrington though do continue the set as it resets up, and force a goal line dropout, which they capitalise on from a spell of pressure, with hooker Danny Walker darting over from dummy half from 5 metres out with a good run on the back of Leon Hayes' run. Josh Thulis converts as well, and it's 6 points to 0 to the wire. 22 minutes now we move to, and something has been building for Hull FC in the past 10 minutes, and they strike with a try on the left hand side with a swift attack and a pinpoint pass from Walker to find 19-year-old Martin in the corner to go in on the corner. It is also muddy in that corner, and groundsman Nal will not be happy with that mud. That was Hull's first try of the season after being nilled last week, and Darnell McIntosh made it 6-all after adding the extras from wide out. On the 36th minute, a moment of controversy for both sides as Ben Curry left after sustaining a nasty cut above his eye due to a head clash with New Brown. This made the video referee stepped in, and if you've not seen it already, go and watch it on Twitter about the entire incident, as it resulted in New Brown being sent off for a direct contact with a hard head, interpreted as deliberate contact. That was Hull FC's 3rd red card of the season, 4th card overall, and surely another massive talking point. The penalty was a chance for more points for Warrington, and Josh Foulis took that chance with 2 points from the boot, giving Warrington the lead into the half-time break. The two teams headed to the sheds, with Warrington 8 points to 6 ahead, and a man in advantage. The teams return for the second half, and Warrington takes 3 minutes to make the man advantage tell, as a penalty try to Warrington is awarded. It's more drama at the start of the second half, as Matty Ashton was going in for the corner, but he is taken high in the tackle by Hoy, and after a lengthy consultation with the video referee, a penalty try is awarded. Only. Foulis converts too, while Hoy avoids further sanctions as he is deemed to have tackled Ashton on the shoulder before the arm rolled up beyond the legal limit. In response, it's Hull that were in for points on the 50th minute. They might be a player down, but Hull FC have pulled themselves back into the contest at this point. A penalty allows them to get within striking distance after kicking to touch, and it is Jack Walker who superbly fields the ball after Smith's grubber is blocked by a defender. Then he ghosts in through the defence to score. Darnell McIntosh can't convert this time, but now it's 14 points to 10, with Hull creating chances. Warrington's control of the scoreboard returns though, as Sam Powell scores on the 55th minute. The replacement hooker has his first try in Warrington's shirt as he capitalises on the chance, dummying to pass to James Harrison and then darting in to score under the posts. Foulis then adds the extras as well, and the lead to Warrington is now 10 points in their favour. Warrington are back in for another try as Toby King adds a try of his own on the 63rd minute. The returning centre, who spent last year on loan at Wigan, winning the grand final while doing so. The numbers advantage told for Warrington as they work the ball wide, with Harrison drawing the defence in, followed by Powell, and finding King on the left in acres of space to stroll over for an unconverted try. It's 26 points to 10 at this point for Warrington Wolves. And then that unicorn moment happened on the 76th minute. James Harrison scores a try of his own. From one end of the field to the other for Warrington. Danny Walker makes a break after Foulis is tackled and then passes to King, who shifts the ball onto Lachlan Fitzgibbon, who at that point Warrington fans thought had given up the ghost to Hull's defenders, as it was seemingly trapped. But Fitzgibbons works the ball left as he rides that tackle before releasing fellow forward Harrison in to finish. Foulis converts as well, and the game is finished off with the final points of the game going to Warrington's Connor Wrench as the back is sent in the right corner on the 79th minute. Ben Curry's soft hands were a key to this, and he made it easy for the young back to go in the right corner. The final score is 36 points to 10 in Warrington Wolves' favour for Sam Burgess's first victory as a Warrington head coach. Hull can be feeling a bit disheartened at this point and be disappointed that things went the other way. Played really well and didn't deserve this defeat. Just happened that way. And that's it for another episode, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like, subscribe and share this video worldwide, as well as clicking on that notification bell for any updates on new videos that may be coming your way in the near future. Tell me what your thoughts are on today's episode in the comment section below. Now, it's a little bit later than normal, and that is due to me already releasing that one earlier this morning. But hey, some good games. London, they need a little bit more, I think, but that could be just them conserving energy as the season goes on to become better and strike at the playoffs. I know it's a lot tough ask to do exactly the same as last season, but that could be the blueprint of how London are going about their rugby league. They weren't the best at the start of last season, so doing it this year could be something. Catalans, businesslike, trying to um, recover from the loss of key players. Professional, professional, professional. Warrington got lucky, in my opinion, for that red card, and that's why they were able to run out the winners that they were. And the young lads at Hull, fantastic effort from all of them. Great, great effort, despite being down to 12 men. And also, Wallaby looking to get into rugby league. As I speculated, there is that new rule. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Please remember to share this video worldwide. And I'll end the episode as I always do by wishing you all the very best. So please stay safe, and I'll see you in the next episode.